Current status of LED program, where we are with our program, and that's what mayors ask me every time he sees me, where are we? What you see here is the areas that we've already covered and changed the fixtures to LED. Those are mainly on local streets. There are some major streets. We haven't changed the major streets, but all the local streets in the shaded areas have been completed. I think we're actually up to 38,000 today, but when I sent the information or prepared this presentation, it was at 36,000 fixtures. So we do have 36,000 LED fixtures installed in the city of Los Angeles. And moving forward, 3,596 kilowatt total energy savings. And as I mentioned, it's mostly on residential and local streets. Today, it's given me $1.2 million, $1.3 million of annual energy savings, just those fixtures that we've installed. And that's every year. It's going to be there every year for me. Now, some before and after pictures. This is a bridge that goes over Los Angeles River. That's the downtown city of Los Angeles. This is actually the longest bridge in the city of Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. It does have existing lighting. Now, for some lighting experts, the foot candle level existing was at 4.3. The average to min was 2.4. Max to min was 5.4. The spacing is very close. Poles are short. And we had 200 watt HPS there before. And you see all these dark areas here, even with the narrow spacing. This is what happened to this bridge after we changed it to LED. 3.4 as opposed to 4.3 is the same spacing. Average to mean got to 1.63, 2.4. Max to min, which is very important with LEDs, is about 2.67 as opposed to 5.4. And you can clearly see why max to min is high on the HPS is you see all these zebra effects. This is a local street, one-sided system right here. And it had 100 watt HPS. And this is very interesting. If you look at the average to min, the foot candle is 0.68, which is fine. Average to min was 13.6 with the existing. Max to min was 54. This is what happened after we changed it. I just wanted to mention because the area, the sidewalk near the truck is so telling. What's happening here and what's happening here is so telling. We haven't done any changes to the spacing, the pole spacing, the height, everything is the same. Max to min has gotten to 4.3 from 54. This is where the advantage of LED plays a big role. Now, I said this before, I want to say it again. I have a daughter, she's 19 now, but if you had a daughter and she was going to walk at night, you rather her walk here or here? It's very obvious, the advantage of the LED, and you see the lighting on the street compared to the HPS. This is another street. It's by University of Southern California, USC. We had 310 watt HPS there. Very nice lighting. The spacing was good. I think it's an opposite system. And average to min was good. Max to min was good. We changed it. We changed half of it actually to take this picture. And this is what happened. Now, very close, but still improvements. But I think the main improvement is here. I don't know if it's visible there or not. You see the light trespass going to the towards the trees, and then you see the LED. This is a huge advantage with LED. The light goes exactly where it's supposed to go, as opposed to all over the place. There is no light trespass. Everything is coming. Lighting is more or less the same. I think still improvement, though. And this is all considering that we are saving on the energy also. So there's a huge improvement, more money in your pocket. Now, this is a report that we prepare on a weekly basis. City of Los Angeles has 15 council members. So in addition to the mayor, we have 15 council members that we have to work with, 1 to 15. And this basically shows what we've changed in their district. And they all want more nowadays. So, but I want to bring your attention to this total here. I don't know if everyone sees it, by 36,000. We have the kilowatt hours before, kilowatt hours after. And this is where I wanted to focus on, 57.6%. Our program goal was about 40%, but with 36,000, we're at 57.6% and rising, and this is changing. I mean, the first year, it was maybe 45, and as we started installing new fixture, it started rising. And obviously, this is very important for me, the $1.2 million of savings. And CO2 is very important for politicians and myself. So we basically generate this on a weekly basis and send the report out on a weekly basis. Lessons learned, trust but verify. Not all claims manufacturers make are true, and that was mentioned earlier. Reality versus theory, the change from HPS to white light with the LED is being perceived as a significant increase. Energy savings are very real, 56% already. Improves visibility from HPS to white light, obviously, and it's noticed by the residents. That's the feedback I get. And really, the police department endorsed it. They love the white light. Handling and installation is smaller and lighter units, easy to install, and transport is much lighter. The weight reduction is between 15 to 55%, which is huge when you have a huge 140,000 retrofit. No need to carry components. The warehousing space is reduced because they're very tiny packaging compared to before, 50% less. LED advantages, improved uniformity. We talked about that carpeted effect. I always mention it's the max to min that it plays a big role with the LED that unfortunately is not the IES standards yet, but I think it's coming. The wire and conduit size is a lot smaller. You don't need as big. You don't need as big of a wire size. Remote monitoring, you can install remote monitoring with them and control them. You can dim them and instant on and off. Performance, use of type 2 light distribution for light experts here. We've traditionally used type 3, but for our local streets, for whatever reason, with the LED fixtures that we purchased, type 2 worked a lot better. The house side shield I mentioned, improve visibility and reducing hotspots. Max to min becomes really important. This is something that one of the main reasons why we went with 4300. The whiter the LED, the more glare complaint we receive from the citizens. There was a discussion about lumen dirt depreciation. Well, we had a fixture that we installed a year ago, and we just measured the lumens illumination levels. And after 1 year, we see nothing. There was no difference. It was measured at the same time of the season. Actually, we have 4 fixtures that we installed 3 years ago, and they're still burning. They're out there, and we just measured those also to see where we are. Actually, we removed one of them and then washed it to see how much was the dirt depreciation. It was only 6%. But this is what's important. That's a characteristics of an LED if you talk to the LED manufacturer. Because LED tend to increase lumens in the first couple of years or 2 years or 3 years, I'm not sure where that curve is yet, we basically saw no difference in the illumination levels after 3 years of installations without washing the fixtures. because there were some increase on the lumens from the LED that compensated for the dirt depreciation. This is very important also. We've been in business, I've been there for 25 years. Julia, all of my 23 years, 25 years has been with the city of Los Angeles. So, if we had to install HID, based on our experience, usually this experience has nothing to do with any manufacturer. We usually would get about 10% of bad orders that we had to send back for whatever reason because, and I call it because it's got so many components in my opinion. Well, LED makes it very simple. This is based on our 36,000 that we've installed. It's an actual factual number that I didn't have it in my slides. This is the first time that I have this based on our analysis. Only 0.2% were bad. This is huge for the people who are in this business. And it's a fact. This is pure facts. First 18 months, program goals were 35. We met it. Energy saving was 40%. We got to 47%. We had some concerns about uniformity when we started the program. It's actually better than HPS that we are removing. We anticipated negative feedback, but it was mostly positive. Crew performance, we programmed 20 units per day for crew to retrofit. We're actually doing 30 units per day per crew. And the removed HID units, we were thinking we're going to recycle. We're actually auctioning them off right now. This is an actual number. Actually, it's closer to 230,000 now. But those are the units that are working. The ones that don't work, we recycle them. Actually, 1/3 of what we remove, we recycle. 1/3 of the good ones we keep for ourselves because we have the rest of the city for the next 3.5 years to work with. And the other 1/3 we auction it, and we've gotten about $200,000 revenue back from the auctioning of the fixtures. And this is my favorite slide based on our experience. The material cost for us has been $422 per one retrofit. The labor has been $42. And the engineering for about $30, and that's engineering before and after to bring it back to the GIS and prepare the plans. So each unit is costing us basically $495 installed and engineered and packaged, complete. So with that, thank you for your attention, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions.